I wanted to do a video on how to set up your automated trade management with Ninjatrader. If you are, doing the Apex challenges, the Apex Trader challenges, to try to get funded, that kind of stuff, you can see how trading a market like today would be very difficult. Trying to manage it yourself, especially if you're not day trading, you're just kind of, you're trying to trade and, be at your job and trying to work. If you're like me, getting a funded account or getting multiple funded accounts is a way for me to escape the 9 to 5, essentially, and be able to trade, do YouTube videos, do other stuff that doesn't require me sitting in front of a screen all day. So, the other idea, with trading too, is not to sit in front of a screen all day. And so having an automated trading strategy built in is extremely useful. Not only, I'm trying to make an automated algorithm that'll trade for me, but if you're not there yet, where you have a strategy where you can essentially create and have it be profitable and trade for you, the next level would be to just have an automated trade strategy. So what that is basically, when you have your basically you got to have this sidebar here. So that sidebar is going to be this chart trader, and then you don't have to do that, but this is how I get to it. And then you go to custom here, and this is the one I'm messing with here. I'm always kind of testing new automated trade strategies, but you can set your quantity here, set your order quantity, and I recommend, if you're going to do these trading challenges, don't do full ES. I mean, unless you really know what you're doing. Just trade micros, because 10 micros equals 1 ES, and you can trade up to 20 micros, and you really don't need to do more than that in order to beat the challenge. Me even doing 9 here, that's quite a bit for an account with a drawdown of only 1,500. So. But anyway, so you do your quantity. So, just say you want to do something simple, you can just set 3, and then you can set 3 targets, add. All right, so you need to change that to 1. So each target, each time you set an order, we're gonna show you what this looks like. It's gonna buy 3, but each contract's gonna have a different set of rules, essentially. So this first one, just say for example you wanted a 4-point stop loss, and say you want them all to have a 4-point stop loss. I have different stop losses set for each batch of 3, as you can see. So basically they're all different risk rewards, and so the targets are different as well. But you can set the profit target whatever you want. So you want the first one to trigger, basically it's going to be a 1 for 1. The second one is a 1 for 2, and the other one is a 1 for 3. So you're risking 1 for 1, you're risking 1 for 2, and then 1 for 3. That's your risk reward on all 3. You don't have to do it that way. That's just the best way I've been using it. And then on top of that, obviously save it. So we'll save this as a YouTube test. And then you can come in here and set up a stop loss strategy as well. So there's your automated stop loss custom strategy. Oh man, look at that. So you can set your profit trigger. So if you want your break even to set automatically, say for your first target, and so what will happen is that's going to trigger once this profit hits, it's going to trigger a break even. Now your profit is already your target, so if you just made this like 20, then it would trigger that break even right when it hit 20, or right when it hit 16, and then you got the other 4 ticks you got to, or 4 points you got to go, 4 ticks you got to go. Man, look at that. Okay, then you can also set up an auto trail. So what the auto trail means, and this is very confusing, even for me, even after using it and knowing how it works, every time I come back in here to use it, I got to kind of refresh my memory here to figure out what it means. We're going to see my my stops get triggered as I'm talking. But so you basically what that means is, as soon as your entry goes in, you can set your stop loss. So say for this first one, we want the stop to be triggered at 16 ticks. So it'd be like 4 points. But that's not going to trigger until the profit trigger hits. So say for example, let's go to this one, right? Because the profit triggers 32, so we have some room to work with. So our stop loss is 16, but the profit actually isn't going to trigger. It's not going to actually move the stop until it hits 20. Okay, and then what's going to happen is it's going to trigger it. It's going to trigger it once. So once it hits 20 profit target, it's going to trigger the break even. And what you can do is actually just let this be a runner and then let this be the trail. So I usually do that for the third. So if we run through this whole thing, I'll usually let it be like this. This will be my runner, but it'll have a trailing stop. So the initial stop is 16, but it actually doesn't trigger till say like till 16, and then every 16 ticks, it's going to trigger the stop loss again. So then as it moves up, so say it moves up 4 points, it's going to bring the stop loss with it, and it moves up another 4 points, it's going to bring the stop loss with it. That way you're locking in profits as it moves with you. All right, so that's how you would set, say, like just a 3 order. So there's a lot more complicated strategies you can use with this, but I'm doing just like a basic one that I like to use. So you got your 1 for 1, or just say like your 1 for like 1 1/4, and then you've got your 1 for 2 risk reward, and then you got your runner, and then you can set these both to just be break even. So this one's just going to be break even. This one's just going to break even. Right. So in both of these cases, as soon as the profit as soon as it moves 16, that's what we got these set at, 16. Then it's going to break. It's going to bring it right to your stop loss and be your break even. So then once the profits hit, it eliminates this, obviously your stop loss order goes away. Then on your third one, we're going to have the trail. Just say it's a 16, right? That's not going to trigger till you say you hit like even if you did, you hit it at 16. Okay, so once it hits 16, once this first trigger hits, then it's going to break even for all of them. But then this one doesn't have a profit target, so this one's going to just keep going. We're going to have this one, every time it hits 16, it's going to move the stop loss 16. Basically, that's how it works. So you can set this to 2, and what that means is you can set a smaller stop, and every time it hits 16, it's going to move the stop twice, and so on and so forth. So that's what this is just a multiplier here. That's what it means by frequency. And then you can save your templates. So you can see I've got quite a few different templates set up for different things. You got the bottom fisher one. I got, but this is the one I got for YouTube. Anyways, if you want to check out Apex, go to the link in the description. Use my code. It's 50% off to basically try your hand at Trader Fund, basically getting a funded trading account. And I think it's only like $80 a month or something like that. So definitely check that out in the link, and we'll see you next time. Peace.